Alright, so we're going to start with the concealer and then let's go ahead and get into the topic. So the topic for today is going to be moving too fast. So when I say moving too fast, I'm going to speak in like the growing up aspect, not relationships, things of that nature. We won't get into that today. Just growing up, moving out your parents' house, trying to be grown just way too quickly. So where does it start? Why do we move so quickly? Why is it at a young age we're just like, oh, I can't wait to be 21, or I can't wait to be 18. Every time you turn an age, you're ready to be the next age. When you hit 25, that's not the case. You know what I mean? But when we're younger, we're just like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to do this. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to do that. Oh my gosh, And when you really think about it, it's just like, I was in a rush. When you look back on things and you reflect, you're like, I was so in a rush to get to this age. And at the end of the day, I was just worrying about the wrong things. Even when we're rushing to be 21. Why are we rushing to be 21? So we can drink, so we can get into places that are really not all that great. You know what I mean? You can play music in your house. You can drink in your house. Not saying you should, but rushing to be 21 and do that. And even with 18, it's like, oh, I'm officially grown then. Oh, I can drive then. But we're rushing to what? Have more responsibilities? Oh, I can drive, but I also have a car insurance. I won't say a car note because a lot of us don't have it. Like, at that age, I had a car, but I didn't have a car note. Some do. So if you are rushing, you're rushing for a car note. You're rushing for car insurance. You're rushing for the maintenance of a car. And even getting into these 18 and older clubs or whatever. We're rushing to do the devil's business. You know what I'm saying? We're rushing to drink. We're rushing to get out into this party scene that doesn't really have too many pluses, if you get what I mean. Unless your goal in life is to be like a party promoter or something like that, or you want to be a bartender, then I guess, you can network. But for those of you that don't want to do that, what are we rushing towards? So I thought, let's talk about this topic, because it's just really, really, when you sit and you think about it and you ask yourself questions, it's just like, what was I thinking, or what was I doing, or why was I in such a rush to gain these things? When it comes to being in a rush, same thing at the age of 18. You're trying to rush out your mother's house. And for some reasons, okay, yeah, like for me, I went off to college. That's okay. You still don't really know what all you're about to, experience, especially when you live on campus. I feel like that's an experience that a lot of people should get. But it's still like when you live on campus, and I was like very sheltered too. So you never really know what you're going to get running off to college. But I do recommend that. Like, I know a lot of people are, they're swayed in different ways when it comes to college, just because, I would say, just because a lot of people think it's a waste of money now, or because you can make money without going to college. And that's true. You have a lot of billionaires that didn't graduate high school. You can always be that one. But why not further your education? You want to stand out, you want to accomplish as much as possible. And you say, oh, it's going to take me 4 years, but you're still going to have that 4 years. God willing, you're still, that 4 years, you're still going to be living it. So why not further your education, even if it's going to be online? Now, what I would recommend, like a lot of us go to a 4-year college at first, but honestly, if I did it all over again, I wouldn't have done that. I would have went to a 2-year and then transferred to a 4-year to graduate. Would have saved a lot of money, still got the same similar education, and then those of you all that care about the name, when you graduate, you still get that name because you transferred. and graduated from that college of your choice. That is what I would have done if I had the same knowledge I have now. But whatever, let's keep it going. So that's one aspect, going to school. Another aspect of leaving the house early could be military. Now, I feel like with military, I think it's a great idea. And I'll say this, because I'm like, this might be controversial, but I think it's a great idea. And I say that because it's a lot of people now that are lost. They don't know what they want to do in life, you know, and you're just chilling around your mother's house, not doing anything. And if you're not going to do anything, you might as well go to the military, because it'll shape and it'll mold you. Now, I'm not knocking it like, oh, you won't experience things, or you might not go through things, because that's not the case. And I've never been. I have a lot of family that's in the military, but I've never been, so I can't say it's not going to be hard times. But being out in the world is hard too. So why not go into that? You get to get nice benefits and things of that nature. I told myself, if I don't accomplish what I want to accomplish in the next year or two, I can give myself 2 years. I'm going to the Air Force. And that's just facts. Period. That's facts. I told myself that too, because it's just like, if you're just wasting time, you might as well head on out, okay? You might as well just enlist. If you're in school or whatever, that's a whole other story. And even if you're still thinking about going and you're in school, graduate, then go. So you come up with a higher rank, which is what I plan on doing. That's why I say, like, if I'm not where I want to be in the next 2 years, I'm going, because then I have my degree already. And it's like, why not? But enough about me. Let's keep it going. And the last one, after college and military, is just leaving. So there's different aspects to why people just leave their mother's house. And I guess we'll speak on women. I'll speak in a women's perspective first. I guess I'll touch on guys, but I'll speak in a woman's perspective first. And a lot of times it's either you all got into an argument, you know what I mean? Like, you were either fighting, it's family issues, things like that. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing because you're at a certain age, so you feel grown, you know, you want to do whatever you want to do, and you won't get that same freedom in your mom's house, which, like, low-key is a good thing sometimes, because it'll keep you grounded. And it's the limitations. My kitty be doing the most. Okay, so it's the limitations. If you're limited to being out at a certain time, or going here and there, or hanging with certain people, and only for a short period of time, even if it's not a short period of time, not as much time as you would be, you get into less mess. You know what I'm saying? You'll get into less mess. Also, a bunch of people in and out of your place. Like, people that get apartments, they might be throwing parties. Even if you're not throwing parties, you got a lot of people there that low-key probably shouldn't be in your area, because a lot of us have friends that we have no business even being friends with. And that's just being honest. So if you're in your mother's house, most mothers, because my mother would never, you're not going to have people just in and out of your house, laying up in your house, things of that nature, especially as a woman, because some girls, my cat, y'all, because some girls, they just be out here, you know, they going to have any and everybody in their bed. And living with your mom, most moms not going to let that happen. They're not going for it. So it could be, you know, your fight for power. You don't want to abide by the rules or do whatever they want you to do. You don't want to do that. So, lo and behold, you butt heads, and either you leave on your own, or she makes you leave, or he makes you leave. Your daddy say you gotta go. Things of that nature. You know, with your mom, probably that would be like, you gotta go. But you know what I mean. This one. So, yeah. You butt heads, you gotta go. Sometimes you are kicked out, because I'm like, I've seen Not really. I really haven't experienced too much foolishness. Like, what I can relate to is wanting my own freedom when I was living under my mom's roof. No. And at that age. And I'm like, I wanted to be out however long I wanted to be out. Oh, the party don't start till this time, you know? And while I still can understand why we would feel that way, you got to put things in perspective. Like, why do you want to be out at 3 a.m.? You know what I mean? Like, look how your parents are viewing it, and look how you're being viewed too. They just want you to be in the house at 3 o'clock in the morning. But the party don't start till then. But what goes on at 3 a.m. that's positive? You know what I mean? Unless you're an early riser and you start working that early, or you're night shift and you be just getting off at 3 or something like that. Who's out and about, and it's a good thing, at 3 o'clock in the morning? So obviously your parents will not want you out at that time. Same as maybe they don't like you sleeping in all day. Is that really a bad thing? Is that really a bad thing? If you sleep all day, what are you getting accomplished? And what adult do you know will want you sleep all day in their house while they're working, paying the bills, and doing what they're supposed to do? I'll wait. So I say all that to say, like, a lot of times you have to look, everything's so one-sided, especially when you're younger. You just feel like you know it all and everybody's against you. But a lot of times the only person that's against you is you. And now the friends you have that might be haters, secret haters, stuff like that's possible too, but you chose those too. So when people say, you are your worst enemy, that's facts. So I don't want this video to be too long because I've been pushing out real long videos here lately. So I'm going to go ahead and finish my makeup. You all can tune in. I'll play a little tune and I'll be back with my final thought. All right, you guys, so this is the final look. I like it. I like it. And yeah, so this is the final look, and let's go ahead and get into the final thought. All right, so to sum up everything that we talked about during the Makeup and a Message, I just want to say, you know, before stepping out into the world, think about why you're going out there. You know, if it's a fight with your parents because you want more freedom or things of that nature, think about what they're stopping you from doing. You know, are the things that you are longing to do so important that messing up a relationship with your family, or the trust, or breaking the trust that your family has for you? Is it worth it? And just everything in general, is any of it worth it? Going out, partying, drinking, just having that extra freedom, is it going to help you in the long run? I feel like a lot of times at a certain age, we don't think about the long run of things. That's why you see younger people talking about, ooh, they're old, and, you know, things of that nature. Like, you're going to be there one day, and it's just like a cloud in front of your eyes. Like, you don't realize that you're not going to be this same age forever. So if we start thinking long term, then we won't have the same issues that we're having. You know what I mean? So yeah, you might be a little bit more restricted with your family, but you may be able to save more, grow more, and learn that extra self discipline that most people your age won't get. Sometimes you got to see the blessing in things, and that's one of them. So before you make rash decisions and just try to leave the nest, if it's not going to college or going in the military, if you just want to just be out just to be out, think about it. Just think about it. And that's all I got to say about that. Now, if you all have topics that you all want me to talk about, if you want to know some of the makeup I use in the video, just leave a comment below. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button, because you know you want to, and it's free. Notification bell so you can be notified whenever I drop new content. Comment, subscribe, and yeah, see you all later. Bye.